Brussels wants to curb the power of big tech companies in Europe by ensuring a higher degree of competition in the sector. On Tuesday, MEPs debated the so-called Digital Markets Act, which aims to prevent so-called gatekeepers like Google and Facebook from abusing their market power by allowing new players to enter the market more easily. MEPs also want to end anti-competitive practices within the sector, as the leading lawmaker on the issue explains.
We have been seeing in the last 11 years that the European Commission in applying competition policy was not very successful because they were always running behind companies like Apple, Google and Facebook. And now we have changed the burden of proof. Now the Commission can talk to them even on beforehand, before they enter new markets, before they introduce new business models. And that will be very positive for consumers and users because the business models have to be fair and equitable. And that was not the case in the past.
So what is a gatekeeper? Well, it's the provider of so-called core platform services like search engines, app stores and social media networks. The new rules would stop gatekeepers from prohibiting or favouring a particular service, whilst also preventing interoperability between different rival platforms. They also wouldn't be able to stop businesses that use their services from using data on their own customers. If tech companies fail to comply with the new rules, then penalties of up to 10% of their turnover could be imposed. And in the case of systematic rule violations, extraordinary remedies like an obligation to sell part of the company's assets could apply. The European Consumers Association says the measures are a positive step.
You should be able to use your messaging service of your own choice in order to communicate with your peers, with your family and friends. Another big improvement will be also that you will have the possibility to choose upfront, for example, which search engine you want to use without Google search being pushed onto you constantly by Google.
Big tech companies say the new rules will curb innovation, but Brussels is convinced that more rights for users means more democracy in a world that is increasingly interconnected. Chris Pitchers, Euronews, Brussels.